Hi, everyone. Today, I'm going to be interviewing one of my clients, Dan, and we're going to be talking about his journey from being 300 pounds to losing almost 100 pounds, and what that was like for him, and what his experience was inside the program of the Belly Fat Fix. So, welcome, Dan.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Thanks for joining me. So we'll just start right away with a few questions. And the first one is, what made you decide that you had to lose weight and take control of your health when you started this journey?
Well, for me, I was, like I say, like you said, was 300 pounds. And I knew that I was probably destined for a heart attack or something worse. Um, I still have a young daughter. And I wanted to be around for a while. I thought time to time to change things up and try to live a healthy life so I can have maintain some longevity.
Yeah, which is, that's one of the main reasons why most of my clients start working with me. They're really just worried about longevity and about, having good quality of life as they're getting older. So,
Yeah.
and sorry, how old were you when you um, started or when you decided that you wanted to lose weight?
Um, 59. I was probably, yeah, I was 59, 60 now, but I was 59 when I decided, yeah, I need some lifestyle changes and I needed to start a new journey for good health. And
Yeah,
yeah, so almost, I guess, not quite a year, I guess, about a year.
right. So, just for those men that are out there who think that, if you're in your late 40s or in your 50s or even in your 60s and you think that it's not possible to, really take back control of your health and that you're just destined to, have chronic illness and be overweight, Dan is a really great example um, that it really is possible. So the next question is, what was holding you back from losing weight on your own and getting back control of your health?
I suppose I did try on my own off and on. It was for me, I overthink things and I would complicate things with I get on a roll sort of thing, but not really um, outlining a specific way of eating or foods that I should be eating. And so it'd be a kind of a yo-yo thing for me as far as I'd be up and down. I'd lose 20 pounds and think, I'm on a roll here, and then go back to my convenience of of you know or the eating convenient foods and not preparing whole foods. So that was so I got to the point where I thought, I just got to accept myself for who I am, and maybe it's my genetics. Maybe I'm just not. Maybe I'm meant to be heavy, and you know. But definitely when I started working with you, and you outlined things and made things simple for me. So it took the guesswork out of it. So it's just for me to basically follow instruction, and that's what I need.
Yeah.
I can't do it on my own.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people need too. I mean, it's really great to look stuff up on the internet and there are a million and one diets that you can try and tons of
Definitely
people.
it became overwhelming for me that to think
Yeah.
that there's so many different things out there. Um, you know, keto and whatever else. Yeah, I mean, they weren't working for me. They'd help a bit, and then I'd fall off of it. I just lose interest in it, or um, this was definitely definitely been a big change for me. And like I said, like you said, actually it's 95 pounds that I'm down, and it's been simple. It's just been and enjoyable as well. I mean, don't feel I'm going without. I don't never feel like I'm hungry, and I'm eating better foods than I ever have. So I'm quite happy with this.
Which is, which is, I think, one of the best things about the method that I use and the program that I have is that it's not about restricting your calories. It's not about having to, weigh your food or, obsess about counting your calories or starve yourself either, because it's, I think that's probably one of the biggest problems I see for people. People go on diets and then, you're hungry all the time because most diets are about restriction and starvation, really, like cutting your calories down a huge amount. So you're hungry all the time and you're miserable. So yeah, I'm glad you had that experience. That's the experience that all of my clients actually have. Even recently, someone it was started working with me, and I think it was 3 or 4 days into, changing their habits and what they were eating. And they said, I'm like remarkably not hungry. I don't have any cravings. Like I feel good. And I think that's the most important thing that men need to understand is that you can lose weight, you can regain your health, and it's not going to be like torture, right? It's not going to be a torture.
Yeah, I'll share with you. Last year, I was working away from home, and I had a chef or a cook that prepared our meals each day. And although I give her a healthy outline of what I wanted to eat, my goal sort of thing, but after dinner, it wasn't. Maybe later on in the evening, I'd get hungry, and what would I do? I'd order a pizza or something, right? But I don't feel like I say I don't feel that hunger now. I mean, the food I'm putting in my body just keeps me full. I never feel like I got this extra. I need some extra food in my body or whatever. It's perfect.
Yeah. So the third question I have is what initially drew you to the program and to working with me?
Well, for one, the way you simplify things, talking with you and you gave me the direction and told me that by eating properly and I can lose the weight. I didn't have to think about it. I knew that you've done the work, you put the work in, and I think I expressed that with you too. I need a program or something that just dumbs it down because I'll just complicate things and try to add things and take away. Well, I didn't have to do that. It was simply laid out, and you put the work into it, and that was okay. Well, I was, was I reluctant? Maybe a little bit because other diets and stuff didn't work for me, but once I started on it and started seeing results, it was the proof was in the pudding. So
yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, my next question was what aspects of the Belly Fat Fix program were important for your success, but you just outlined them. And, that was that, it's really step by step. It's super simple to follow. It's not, it's not like it's not a bunch of crazy foods that you can't, just find at your grocery store. It's just regular whole foods. You don't have to change, everything that you eat. You can, keep eating some of the foods that you really like. You just have to be more conscious about, when you're eating what and combining things properly. And
yeah, I suppose for me too, the coaching aspect that you give along with it, it helped me to tweak things that maybe weren't working for me or whatever, and that I needed, right? Because that's the stuff that I wouldn't have figured out. You did it for me, so that I think that's definitely went a long way with me. It's and you're easy, for one, you're easy to talk. It's not like you don't complicate things for me. Not I don't need I don't need
I'm not, I'm not too mean, right?
Exactly. You're encouraging.
Yeah. No, and I think, I mean, we've obviously had a lot of coaching sessions together and you know, I think too, everybody has a week where you sort of, you know, you fall off the wagon, so to speak, or you know, things go a little bit sideways, or you have difficult times in your life. Like I know, you know, you lost your dad, you know, just recently, and sometimes when you go through, you know, those times in your life, it's, you know, in terms of what you're eating and food, you know, you kind of go off the rails a little bit. But I think, you know, coaching can really help make sure that, you know, you stay on track, which it did for you. And I think for most people, it will do the same. Just having someone to say, hey, it's, you know, it's okay. Life is going to happen. You know, you're going to have a few bad days, or you're going to have a week. Maybe you go on vacation and you're going to, you know, eat different foods. You may, you know, stop losing weight for a week, but that it, you know, that as long as you just sort of keep on track and you know, you keep going and you know how to get back to those basics, that, you know, you'll just keep moving along in the right direction. So
Exactly. One thing I've noticed too, with working with you, that there's some foods that I probably have, I'm probably sensitive to, that let's say ice cream, because that's been a go-to for me for years. And I know now, like it was maybe a month or so ago, and I shared with you I had an ice cream one day or whatever, but then I had a big drop in my energy and my focus. Things were off a little bit, and that I wouldn't have recognized before, but I recognize when I eat certain things now, whether they're good for me or not. And that doesn't
yeah,
mean to say I'm not going to have ice cream again, but but I mean, I I don't. It's not a regular thing for me. So
yeah.
it makes it easier to avoid them, right? Because I don't. I know how I feel after I eat them.
Yeah, just sort of connecting what foods, you know, you eat and how they make you feel. It's really, and it's important because, you know, those are also the foods that cause your body to be out of balance and cause you to gain, you know, gain weight and to just not be healthy, right? And if you at least know how they make you feel, then you know, you'll probably avoid them. Like you said, it's not like you're never going to have an ice cream, but
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's not going to be
but
your go-to snack in the evening.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and so the last thing I wanted to ask you is, you know, how you feel now, because I know we were talking about it the other day. You were, you know, telling me a little bit about that. So maybe you can tell everyone, you know, what are the differences? Obviously, you've lost 95 pounds, which is a huge amount of weight, but what are the other, you know, the other good outcomes that you've had?
Um, well, my overall health, I used to have joint pain, knees, and my hips. You know, it's just something I don't think about now. It's not there. I don't, you know, not carrying that extra weight around. Imagine putting 250-pound sack of potatoes on your shoulders and walking around with them every day. You know, that's gone. That weight's gone from me. So I don't have any joint pain, which is to me is great. I can spring up off the couch now or out of a chair or whatever and feel good about it without the aches and pains. Another huge thing for me is the fact I'm no longer on a blood pressure medication. That's gone. That's and it's I'm happy with that. Cholesterol medication's gone. Um, a lot of medications have changed. I mean, I just don't need anymore. I'm a type 2 diabetic. That's being regulated through diet. Um, Metformin was put away. Um, and the sleep, I have sleep apnea, and I haven't used my machine now for a few months. So that's huge for me too, not being tethered to a machine at night. So feels good.
Good. That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for, you know, sharing your journey and, you know, your experience working with me, with everybody, because I really think it'll give a lot of men hope, you know, men that have been, you know, trying all of the diets and you know, trying to muddle through, you know, this weight loss journey on their own. And you know, like you said, yo-yoing, losing 20 pounds, gaining it back, you know, and just feeling extremely frustrated, you know, that they can't get control of their health. And, you know, one of the things that really, you know, bothers me is when people say, you know, oh, I guess I'm just, you know, I'm just meant to be heavy, or maybe I just have a slow metabolism, or maybe it's just my genetics, because, you know, really that's just, it's not true. It's just that you've got these issues, like you've got high inflammation and your metabolism's messed up, and your, you know, your hormones are not in balance. And like you're this great example of, you know, when you get your body in balance, what's possible, right? Like, I mean, at this point, we were talking the other day about the fact that, you know, maybe you're losing weight too fast now. And, you know, we need to start tweaking things in the other direction so that you can work on building muscle and not dropping, you know, so much weight. And
I find now I probably, you know, I have the energy, and I think that's the progression of it as well, is now that I've lost the weight, is to start doing physical exercise to gain some muscle, like you mentioned, resistant training or whatever.
yeah,
But I have that energy now to do it, where before I was that sedimentary, you know, couldn't get out of the chair sort of thing, and no desire to do that. But
yeah,
now I
exactly.
do. I can get at that, and looking forward to it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's interesting too, because I know when we first started to work together, you know, as your body was getting back into balance, you know, the weight was coming off steadily, but slowly, right? It wasn't fast. And then I know you said in the last, I think month and a half, you know, you lost over 10 pounds. And, you know, so it really actually, it's incredible, you know, once the body comes back into balance, how quickly and efficiently your metabolism starts working, and, you know, you lose weight. So
Oh, for sure. There was some plateaus along the way.
yeah,
But once I got through them, it's amazing how, you know, looking back, you know, from when I first started thinking, I was apprehensive that this is going to work, you know, like any other diet I've been on in my mind, right? But
yeah.
just looking back, yeah, I'm very grateful for the gains that I've had, or the losses I've had, I should maybe say. Um,
Yeah,
because it's
yeah,
a lot of weight for sure. It's almost a third of my, it was almost a third of my body weight that I'm down. So
yeah. And I mean that yeah, well, I'm just thinking, you know, I weigh 140 pounds, so, you know, that's most of me that you lost.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, congratulations. I mean, you know, yes, I provided the framework in the program, but you put in a lot of hard work, and I'm
yeah,
really
it didn't
impressed.
feel like work though, Trina. I mean, it didn't feel like work. You did the work as far as laying it out for me, and
Yeah.
for that I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. So I hope that inspires everybody watching, and makes you realize that it really is possible, even if you know, have medical problems, chronic health problems, and if you've been carrying, you know, extra weight for a long time, that it's definitely possible to lose it and get your health back. And Dan is a perfect example of that. So thanks so much, Dan, for talking to me today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Great pleasure being
Okay.
here.
All right. Take care.